Hi, Katie. It's nice to see you again.
You too.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So I know last time that we met, we talked about some concerns you were having about moving in with your boyfriend in the future.
Yeah, I'm still kind of having concerns. We've been talking about the money issue, which is like the biggest thing,
Mm-hmm.
because he's a year older, so he'll be like graduated by the time we want to move in.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be if I could get a job in the city, maybe because he really wants to live in the city,
Okay.
which I think like I do want to as well,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just worried that we're not going to have the money because I'm still in school, so that's my
Right.
concern.
Okay, so what are some things about the city life that are like appealing to you?
Well, just because, like, the atmosphere, like, we've talked about, like, when we're younger, we'd rather live in the city, because then we'd rather move out
Mhm.
when we wanted to start a family or whatever to the suburbs, since, like, we were both raised there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, just the atmosphere, and then, like, the field he wants to go into is advertising, so when you look at advertising firms and whatnot, that's all in the city,
Okay.
so it'd be more convenient for him. But I mean, I'm also interested in like living in the city because I've obviously never lived there. We just like traveled to it. So
Sure. And you're studying teaching, right?
education, special education.
Okay, cool. And what made you want to get into that field?
I guess just like my experience working with twins who I babysit, and then like when my dad got sick, he became disabled. So then there was that, and then I started working for a special parks and recreation facility. So then I guess all my interaction with people with disabilities.
Awesome. That's really cool. So, have you like found any opportunities for jobs in that field, like in that area?
Yeah, I have been looking online. There's a lot of private academies or like even just like not treatment centers, but somewhere where there's like a lot of therapy and whatnot. So I've been looking at places like that. I know Easter Seals has a program I was looking into where they have a school just for people with autism. So I was looking into that, and I mean, the city obviously has a lot of opportunities, so I'm sure there's more to look at. But there's also obviously the Chicago Public Schools, so I wanted to get involved in that. I'm not sure which route I want to take, I guess, right now.
Okay. So I know one of the concerns you mentioned was funding for how you're going to afford this, and also like the timeline. So can we talk about like when you're going to be graduating and when he'll be graduating?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be graduating spring 2016. He'll be graduating spring 2015. But I will be done in Macomb a semester early because I'll have to student teach. So if I like that would be convenient to live in the city if I wanted to student teach in the city.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to get that opportunity with the Chicago Public Schools, there's also a possibility of student teaching in a private setting, but that's not for sure yet. I would have to talk to the department at Western. They'd have to set something up.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm correct in seeing that he'll have one semester like after he's graduated before the opportunity for you guys to move in together. Is that correct?
That is a possibility. We were also looking into the summer before, so I would like try to get my foot in the door like that summer before somewhere in Chicago, since he'd rather not move home after he's not lived at home for like 2 years, and he's like stayed the summer there too, so he's not looking to like move back home anytime soon.
Okay.
So,
cool. So with the financial aspect of it, what are some of the challenges that you think you're having?
I mean, I just like with school, I'm not going to be able to like work. And just like my involvement in school right now does not allow me to work at all. And then by the time I'm not going to be so involved in school, I'll be like block teaching and then student teaching. So I don't really have time, I feel like, to get a job when I'm still trying to focus on my grades. Since I only have like 2 years left, I can't really just like let my grades go down now, after I've worked hard for that. So I would only be I'd have to save up the summer before pretty much and like the break when I come home for like Christmas break or whatever, but I don't even know if my opportunity over the summer would be paid or not. Like that, who knows? Because I won't have a teaching certificate. I will still be in college, so.
Well, I think it's awesome that you're looking into these things that are like a major deal because essentially money is very important and stuff. I think it's really good that you're looking into these things now. so that you aren't in a bad position later on.
Yeah. I'd rather not get us into a bad position where then we have to move back home for a while, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So does your boyfriend work now?
Yeah, he works at for a moving company, but he's also going to school, so it's like whenever he has time, pretty much. So that's not even like a study thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll go like sometimes where he's working every day for a couple weeks, and then sometimes where he's doesn't work for 2 weeks. So it's kind of like up in the air. That's not really a study thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then now he's looking for an internship, which at this point he needs one, paid or unpaid. You know, he just has to take what he can get. So
Right.
we don't even know if he's going to get paid for that. So there's an issue, but and then not to mention student loans.
Right.
On top of that, so.
So both of you are kind of not knowing what the future holds for internships and stuff, and if they'll be paid or unpaid. So that's something that something that you can figure out in advance, or that's kind of something that comes later on, like you don't find out until it happens?
I mean, I think it's going to be over a year before we would move in together, and he's going to find out his internship position probably before this summer, because he'll do the internship this summer, and then I would apply around this time, probably next year, to somewhere in Chicago if I wanted to work down there. So, I mean, I will know these things in advance, and we wouldn't even be able to get a place until he graduates anyway, which would be in the middle of May. So, who knows if this timeline's actually going to work out, but that would be the earliest.
I can sense that having a plan is very important for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a bad position right out of college. I'm already, going out of school with debt from student loans, and don't want to be in a bad place financially. So
finances can be really stressful.
Definitely.
So what about support from your family with this?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of support from the family, which is really good. We've been together almost 3 years, so our families know both of us pretty well. My family really likes him, so. And they talk about the jobs with him and school with him and whatnot. And then his mom was a principal in the same district for 15 years or something. So she's taught every elementary school grade level and an elementary principal. So she knows a lot about the education system, which is nice. So we get along really well talking about that stuff. And we're definitely very close to each other's families, and we definitely have a lot of support behind us, but not necessarily financial support.
Okay.
Maybe from my family, but definitely not his family. They just aren't interested in helping financially. So.
Okay. Well, that's good that you have their emotional support, because finances, like I said earlier, can be really stressful. So definitely. I know that that's important to you. But thank you so much for coming in today, and I'm glad that we could talk about this a little more, and I look forward to meeting with you next week at the same time.
Thank you very much. I had a good session.
Thank you.